the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now here at 4. I'm Annalisa Gale. Mark Hall has the evening off. Right now, the search continues for the person responsible for a deadly shooting in Landover, Maryland. It happened just before 9:30 this morning at 75th Avenue and Landover Road. DC News Now's Dave Laval joining us live along Old Landover Road with the latest details. Good evening, Dave.
Well, hey there, Annalisa. The area right behind me is where police found the man's body inside a car. Now, Prince George's County Police are looking for the person responsible for the crime. Prince George's County Police searched the shot-up car located at the entrance to this industrial area on Old Landover Road. The victim, a passenger in the car. Investigators say he likely died in a targeted shooting.
We do know so far that we are looking for multiple suspects that arrived and fled in a vehicle, but we're still working to determine the lookout description of that vehicle and the suspect.
Police converged at the corner of 75th Avenue and Landover Road just before 9:30 a.m. Tuesday near a funeral home. Police say this is where the shooting happened before they found the body of the victim about 2 blocks away.
I was shocked because I was like, no way, just right in front of my workplace.
Nicole Lara is among the workers forced to remain inside their office for a couple of hours while police conducted their investigation.
I thought my workplace was supposed to be safe. Like, as long as we have a gate, so that's perfectly fine. But I suppose the person that got shot tried to come inside, but I'm not sure what really happened.
You're asked to contact Prince George's County Police if you have any information about this shooting. We're live in Landover, Maryland. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Dave, thank you. And also in Prince George's County, 2 people are in custody in connection to the murder of a tire shop employee in Capitol Heights. Police say the 2 suspects were customers and shot the victim during a dispute over payment. The shooting happened September 14th at the Amory Tire on Marblewood Avenue there. The suspects, Ronald Hardy and Avery Eccles, are now charged with 1st and 2nd degree murder. Meantime, in Virginia, charges have been filed in connection to a Sterling home explosion earlier this year that left a firefighter dead. A former Southern States Cooperative employee is facing several charges, including involuntary manslaughter. According to a grand jury, the employee, Roger Bentley, did a poor job of managing propane that led to a 500-gallon propane tank leaking and igniting. The February fire killed Trevor Brown and injured 11 other first responders. DC News Now's Max Marcilla is tracking this for us right now. We'll have much more on this coming up tonight at 9. And right now, new developments surrounding food poisoning outbreak in Maryland. Howard County officials now saying 46 people in Jessup were rushed to the hospital yesterday after apparently eating the same food. Now, according to the county's health department, an employee of a facility prepared food and brought it into the workplace, then shared it with others. Health officials believe this was an isolated incident, and they'll share more information as soon as it comes in. Well, turning to our forecast this evening on this Tuesday, it's another beautiful day, warmed up for us just in time for the rush hour. Let's take a live look now that was Roslyn, and here's meteorologist Damon Matson with the latest. Hey, Damon.
Hey, Annalisa. Beautiful indeed, but very, very warm, especially here, considering we're getting into the last week of October, right around the corner, as a matter of fact, for the 2nd day in a row. We are looking at widespread 80s. You wouldn't expect to see this temperature map here on October the 22nd, but that's what we have. We have 82 in Frederick. DC just climbed to 81, and then we have those lower 80s extending all the way out into the mountains west of the I-81 corridor. No doubt a warm afternoon, and a large reason for that, the sunny skies that have just not stopped. High pressure is still nearby and keeping us high and dry and sunny as ever, and that helped to bring up those temperatures for yet another day. And it will remain warm until the sun goes down, but even still, just like we had on Monday, it's not going to cool off quickly. It will just gradually get cooler as we head into the night with more of a clear sky. But this warm pattern, it is going to start to end as changes are on the way for the middle of this week. We'll talk about those changes and if that could mean some cooler air returning coming up in your full forecast in just a bit.
Thank you. Well, in the district now, police are searching for a robbery suspect who was caught on camera attacking someone and taking off with their belongings. Now, the robbery took place on October 8th near Freedom Plaza in Northwest in the area of 13th and E Street. Police say the victim was injured so badly he had to go to the hospital, but he is expected to recover. And right now, the search is on for 3 suspects who robbed a man of his car keys in D.C.'s Shaw neighborhood. Police say they approached the victim at a gas station on N and 9th Street in Northwest Washington, and there was a physical altercation. The suspects ran off with the victim's car fob shortly after. Well, turning now to a story we first brought you here on DC News Now. Some local leaders now calling for the boycott of fast casual chain And Pizza after an ad campaign there making light of DC's late former Mayor Marion Barry and his history of drug use. DC News Now's Randy Bass joining us live from And Pizza in Southeast DC's Skyland neighborhood tonight with more. Good evening, Randy.
Hey, Annalisa, good evening to you as well. It didn't take people and public figures here in the district long to catch on to the chain's jokes and innuendos, making light of the former mayor, and that includes one D.C. Councilmember, Trayon White, now calling for a full-blown boycott of And Pizza that has several locations around the district and the DMV. The new dessert called Marion Barry Knots are topped with loads of powdered sugar, staged and advertised in photos to look like cocaine. The ads and the press release make repeated innuendos, calling them so good it's like a felony. Councilmember Trayon White among those calling for a boycott of the chain tonight, saying in an Instagram post, it's a shameless and tasteless exploitation of Marion Barry's legacy, as is local activist Ronald Moten, who said in a Facebook post, you can't spit on Marion Barry's grave and then think there won't be any consequences. Also on social media, DC Councilmember Christina Henderson calling the dessert tone deaf and disrespectful. People we talked to say they'd rather see ads with a more positive and uplifting tone.
You may not even remember what it said, but the images is very suggestive. You can look at that and say, wait a minute, that's actual bag, that's actually powder. And they're using the word bump. Everybody, you know, you've heard of these language before, so it's not too hard to put 2 and 2 together and see what it is.
And in a statement to DC News Now on Monday, we heard from And Pizza CEO, who said the company is not afraid to have a little fun, saying whether or not our new Marion Barry Knots cross the line is something our customers will have to decide. In Southeast, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Randy, thank you. Well, right now, we know that new details are coming out. The U.S. Army will have to release records on former President Donald Trump's controversial visit to Arlington National Cemetery. That's according to the Military Times, a judge granting the decision after a group sued demanding the records be made public. Back in August, Trump visited the cemetery for a wreath-laying ceremony to honor service members killed in Afghanistan. An anonymous defense official telling news outlets that 2 of Trump's staffers verbally abused and pushed aside a cemetery official who tried to stop them from photographing that event. And developing now in Montgomery County, an investigation is underway in Montgomery in that area after an 88-year-old man was found dead in a home in White Oak Monday night. That discovery shocked neighbors and left many questions. DC News Now's Christian Pena is in the neighborhood there with more.
It is unclear what exactly happened, but what we can confirm is that a body was found in this neighborhood roughly around 7 p.m. Monday night. The body has been transferred to a medical center in Baltimore for an autopsy.
The Montgomery County Police Department is investigating a homicide case after first responders received reports of finding a dead man in White Oak. Neighbors wanting to remain anonymous are left shocked as they recount what happened right across their homes.
I saw about 5 police cars. One of them had their lights on, and I saw they were at my neighbor's house, and I was questioning what was going on.
We were just sitting around the counter eating dinner, and we noticed police start rolling in. And at first it was just a couple of cars, and we saw more and more.
According to MCPD, at around 7 p.m. Monday night, officials responded to the 12,000 block of Sandalwood Lane, where they found an 88-year-old man dead. It is unclear what the motive of the murder was or who the suspect is.
It's pretty crazy. It's sad to know that we have this kind of activity in our neighborhood.
Neighbors are left startled as a nearby elementary school sits blocks away from where the man was killed.
Kids walk up and down this street every day, so I worry about you know, as winter comes and they're at after-school activities, it's going to be dark earlier. Kids are going to have to walk past that house.
Reporting in White Oak, Maryland, Christian Pena, DC News Now.